KX News, putting North Dakota first.
It's time once again for Ag Weather Watch. As always, meteorologist Kenny Miller takes another look at the progress farmers in North Dakota have been making over the last few weeks. Take a look.
Ag Weather Watch on KX is sponsored by United Agronomy.
We're going to kick things off as usual with a look at our comparison of crops planted chart for our barley, corn, oats, and spring wheat. Now, our record planting pacing has continued over the course of the past week with each of these four crops, with each crop at least 10% ahead of our 5-year average. This is led by our spring wheat, which already has 71% of its spring wheat in the ground compared to just 40% this time last year. Now that 71% for this year is 18% of our 5-year average. Our farmers have certainly worked tremendously hard to get as much planting done as possible, despite the rains and the snow that we saw over the past couple of weeks. Now the heavy rains over the past week have likely slowed planting down just a little bit, particularly in our central and eastern locations. So let's dive into recent rainfall totals. While this graphic here shows rainfall totals over the past month or so, most of the rain you see here in our eastern and northeastern locations have been over the last couple of weeks, with some of these areas in fact getting over 4 inches of rain in some spots. As we'll see here in just a moment, these rains have greatly improved our drought concerns across the state, but we're getting to a point now where it's almost too much rain in such a short period of time. We don't want to run the risk of oversaturating our soils, which may harm the crops that have already been planted, while also leading to some flooding concerns. We have in fact seen reports of delayed planting and excess moisture already in central portions of our state. As we see here in our latest drought monitor, we have seen drastic improvements in soil moisture in our northeastern locations, but we are getting close to having an excess of moisture in our central locations. We can still use some rains in that northwestern and southwestern pockets of the state as well. As we look here at our current state of our topsoils, we continue to trend upwards in terms of the percent of our soil seeing an adequate amount of moisture suitable for planting. The numbers we see here, however, are not reflective of the recent rains from last week. And while we don't necessarily expect to see a decrease in adequate soil moisture, we may see our surplus category jump a bit higher, especially with the heavy rains falling last week, and again with the largest concentration of our crops grown seeing the heaviest rains. We could certainly use some drier days in the next couple of weeks, particularly in our central and eastern areas, to help with those planting concerns. Also, even with the recent cold snap and the snow late last week, we are unlikely to see too much of a setback with that as far as temperatures are concerned. Temperatures have rebounded over the weekends, and we should continue to be warmer as we progress through this week. Looking ahead to next week, though, as far as rainfall, temperatures will be much warmer than they were at the end of last week, and much less rainfall is expected here across our state, with most areas likely seeing less than a half an inch of rain. So this should allow any excess moisture from the past week to subside a little bit while giving our farmers additional opportunities to get more crops in the ground. This should overall be a good week here for planting efforts, and we certainly look forward to providing you with updated numbers again for next week. For the KX Storm Team, I am meteorologist Kenny Miller.
And Kenny, you mentioned that, of course, we didn't get out of May clean just yet. Of course, last week you guys were busy with those storms tracking, a few nights of those frost and everything like that. So any reports of any potential crop damage so far?
Not yet. We had the snow last week and temperatures getting down to around 30 degrees or so. Maybe a quick little snap there with temperatures plummeting as far as those soil temperatures are concerned, but nothing drastic as far as damage or anything like that. Maybe some here or there isolated issues overall, though.
Fingers crossed. Some of those crops are just starting to sprout now.
It should be all right for the most part.
Kenny, thank you so much. And coming up next on KX News at 6, we are anticipating a bit of a warm